Welcome to Abs and Glutes. We're going to be using absolutely no equipment today, just you and the floor and a dream. And that's all that we're going to be working with today. I'm just going to launch right into it because I'm sure we're amped up and ready. So I'd like for you to start off, we're going to do some leg swings to begin. So in this position, laying down, we're just going to start by loosening up the hips. So easy fall of the knee from side to side and just kind of like let the back go with the flow. Try and loosen up the lower core with the arms nice and wide and just kind of feel breath, kind of relax all the way down to the bone. A couple of deep breaths. And then when you're ready to, we're going to take the opposite leg and swing it across. Nice and slow, minimal effort, and just kind of feeling the low back release as you do this. So the knees tip, the leg swings into an easy twist. Doesn't have to be anything profound, but you just want to make sure that the lumbopelvic hip complex, that means your spine, your lower spine, and your hips are not holding on to any tension or excessively gripping in anywhere. Go for a couple more. Try to deepen out the breath, making sure that that relaxation kind of works its way all the way up into the thoracic region, into your ribs. And then go ahead and choose a side, any side, and you're just going to hold on to the twist. Go ahead and take the knee down and just try to flatten out and breathe. From here, take a couple more deep breaths and take the opposite arm and reach long against the twist. And then go and swing it over to the other side. Find the same twist. Easy through the back and just kind of breathe into the flatness. So as you're going through this, you're feeling your shoulder blade try to connect to the floor, and you're also kind of pulling your hips down as well. One more deep breath to kind of feel that release. And then from here, we're going to go into straight leg position. Arms are going to go wide. You're going to go one knee up, take it across, and then push into the floor with your arm to pull yourself right back up to your neutral position. So this is intended to engage your obliques. So don't be afraid to press into the floor with your arms, because if your arm is pushing, that means your abs are connected to it. So that means you're going to be pushing all the way up as you push across. And if you want to up the ante, you can go for a straighter leg. Pushes a little bit more pressure onto that twist. And really feel your abdominal muscles connect to your arm as you push yourself right back up. Just a couple more times. Trying to lengthen out the spine every time you come back from your twist. Lengthen the spine. And then go for about one more. And then from here, rock it up. We're going to find a V-sit position. So in this V-sit position, we're going to do a couple of lean backs. Now, how you do this is completely up to you. If you know you hold a lot of tension in your hip flexors, you may want to hold on to your thighs. So you can start here. You can also have your toes on the ground. Once you find a comfortable position where you're in this leaned back position, try to lengthen through the spine up and over. And if you're ready to go for the balance, go ahead. From here, you can either lengthen and lower, and then pull yourself back up, or with your toes on the floor, same thing, lengthen and lower. Find your leverage, and then pull yourself back up. Really slow, trying to maintain your balance, but still try not to collapse too much through the torso. You want to feel like you're laying back and then pulling right back up. If you want to try it with your arms free, sometimes that's actually easier. But really feel the engaging of the front of the abdominals. Just a couple more times, not specific with the timing on this one. About one more time. And then from here, go and fold the legs out into a diamond position. Stretch forward, release the back. We'll release that, and then we're going to add a twist. Go and take it side to side. Massaging the lower back with movement, because we're about to go a little bit deeper. Now, you can either do that same exercise one more time, or you can take it to a twist. My arm is going to reach back, and I'm going to roll kind of onto one hip, and then bring it back to square. Reach back with one arm, and then back to square. So now we're engaging the obliques a little bit more as we try to fight for our balance. So after this, we're going to be doing a couple of bridges to kind of close out this little kind of pseudo warm-up for the abdominal stuff. And then we're going to get into our first series that we're going to do 2 times through. The first series, I always like to kind of focus on the flashy part, the front of the abdominals, and then some other stuff too. But we're going to repeat it 2 times through. That's going to be the hardest part of the class, guaranteed. There will be some other tricky stuff later, but really that is the focus. All right, and go ahead and rest. From here, last little warm-up move, bridge presses, getting the glutes engaged, because are the glutes a part of the core? Absolutely. From here, go ahead and press your heels into the ground, and then press the hips nice and high till you feel a stretch through the hip flexors, and just do regular presses. At whatever tempo feels right to you, we're still just kind of getting moving here. We just want to find that height. Breathing through and lengthening. So as we continue to do this, we're just doing a whole bunch of bridge presses, but I want to change the intention. So usually when we do bridge presses, we have this idea that it's really about lifting up. I want to change that. What if your bridge press wasn't an upward motion, but it was your knees moving out? So I had 2 little buttons right there, and I wanted to hit my knees on those buttons. So the hips coming up become a reaction to the greater force of lengthening through the hips. So the knees stretch and drive forward, stretch and drive forward. It changes the way that the leg musculature recruits. When the intention changes, the joint action might remain the same, but the muscular recruitment shifts. You might actually start to feel your hamstrings work a little bit more. That's good stuff. But we want to integrate the glutes with as much musculature as possible, and this is a great way to maintain length rather than having it be a gripping sensation to push up. Go for about 5 more or so, depending on what tempo you're taking this. And 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and let that go. Shake it out. Go ahead and grab the knees into the chest. One last little opportunity to open everything up before we dive into the deep stuff. So our deep stuff is going to start with a hold and pulse. This is one of my favorite for the rectus abdominis, the front of the flashy muscle, the 6-pack. So from here, we're going to take the palms of the hands and we're going to push them through the knees, and we're going to hold it as high as possible and then do 1-inch pulses. The point is you never get to come down. So let's go and hold it up and just feel the ribs reaching down towards your hips as you press the palms forward. Now, if you know that your neck starts to tense out, I would say sacrifice one of the hands and place it behind your head, but still the intention is still the same. This is your hold. From here, I want you to push the palm or the palms 1 inch further. So we're going to little pulses. All right? So for a total of 30 seconds, I want to do alternating 8 counts to hold, 8 counts to pulse, and this is on a timing that is up to you. So 30 seconds total, and that 30 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1. Hold for about 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1-inch pulses, lift, 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 or push forward, 5, 6, 7, and then hold again, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then push for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's about 30 seconds in. Go ahead and take a second and let the ribs float open for a second. We're going to do the same concept of the hold and the pulse. We're going to go into the lower abdominal version. So come to your tabletop position. Knees should be directly above the hips, never any further in, because that's going to be a little tight on the hip flexors. We want it to feel open. If you're feeling strong and you can keep your pelvis from rocking, I'd like for you to go and extend just a little bit further, right? So you're still driving. You should feel your abdominals, your lower abdominals are really maintaining this position. From here, it's going to be 8 little drops of the leg, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then your hold is how far can you go without letting the pelvis rock, okay? Here we go, 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. So little tap, 2, 3, 4. My hands are on my hips to make sure they don't move. 7, 8, and then hold and reach. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then reach. 4, 3, maybe about time for one more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reach. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. A little bit more than 30 seconds, but you get the point. So what we want to do now is we're going to go into our third exercise in this group. So this one is going to be for the obliques, the internal and external obliques that twist your torso. So for this one, let's just go and start with this base movement. Alternate cross elbow to knee, regular crossover crunches with a little bit of lower abdominal. We're going to do this in a combination. So like the concept of the hold and pulse where we were holding and we never got to come up, we're going to rock from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. So as we do these twists, kind of as your warm-up for the actual drill, really feel one shoulder blade at a time pushing into the floor for that twist, and then pushing into the floor for that twist. So it's not an upward action, it's a downward action. And then the legs just march with it. So your combo, go ahead and rest for a second. Your combo is going to be a triplet of that, but with a leg lengthen in between. We go twist, open, back to your twist, and then lower down. So it's a triplet. 1, 2, 3, and down. We're going to do that for 30 seconds total. Here we go. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3. And you can go slower or faster than me because we're doing timed drills today. So it's just 30 seconds. So you might be going super, super, super slow and really focusing your intention into those shoulder blade presses. Right? 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, and that's 30 seconds. Go ahead and rest. Take a second and release anything that might be tightening up. That's number 3 down. We're going to go into our number 4, which is a right and a left side. Okay, this one is a Holo Rocker. Start with your knees right by your chest in a small ball position. So your right hand has your right knee, your left hand has your left knee. Now I'd like for you to release your left knee, extend it out nice and long. The left arm is either going to go behind the head or up overhead. You're bracing and holding nice and tight with this one. Now from here, we're going to try and lift the hips, then lift the shoulders. And you're rocking, just holding the position. Now before we start the 30-second count, here's the your hardest of this one. The longer you are here, the harder it's going to be. So if you need to ease up, you can go here or possibly even here, right? But it really is lift the hips, lift the shoulders, lift the hips, lift the shoulders, okay? 30 seconds, holding your head if you need to. 3, 2, and 1, Holo Rocker. And I find it a little easier or a little helpful to really press my bent knee into my hand. So I'm really pushing into that hand. It helps me stay as one solid structure. And of course, you're going to feel this right in the front of the abdominals quite a bit. 15 more seconds. This is a gymnastics drill. This is one of those ones where you train yourself to hold your body nice and taut, even though you're flying through the air. And rest. Go ahead and set yourself up to go to the other side. So start off in your small ball. This time you're going to release your right leg. Right arm is going to go above the head or behind the head. Ready, set, 30 seconds, go. Holo Rocker, and really pushing that knee into your hand for that solid support so you feel like you're just one piece moving. 15 seconds. It's kind of a dorky one, but you know you feel it. It's a tough one. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Rest. All right. We have one more left to go. So this one is going to be going off of the bridge that we did before. So from your bridge position, your hips should be, your feet should be about hip width apart. We're going to go for that same press. This one is going to come with a knee drive. So every time the hips come up, you're going to lift one knee up and then one knee up, right? Now, if that feels good to you, go ahead and enhance it by every time you take a step, you're going to step out, out, in. So it would be knee drive up every time. Then we go wider and out, step out, step in, step in. So high knee walks out, in. There's a lot going on in that one. So remember that it's all about the one-legged press. 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. Hike the knee out, and in, and in, and out, and out, and in, and in. And in, and in, and out, and out, and in, and in. You're almost done. 3, 2, 1, and rest. That is your series. That's the main series we're going to go through. We're going to repeat that again, but I'm going to change the timing. We're going to go through all of those again. We've gone pretty much around the core, gotten everything significant in the core. We're going to now put it all together, non-stop. We're going to encore every single one of those exercises. We're going to do them for 45 seconds each. This is going to suck a little bit. Remember, you can stop and come back in when you're ready to. Starting off with your hold and pulse. That was palms front. Hold for 8 counts. Pulse for 8 counts, 45 seconds each round. I'm just going to keep on going. Here we go. Starting with the hold and pulse. Ready, set, and go. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then push forward. Pulse, pulse. Remembering that you can't come down. Back to the hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and pulse. Try to feel, as you're doing the pulse, can you make it less about the arms and really more hold about the ribs sliding down to your hips for those pulses. 5, 6, 7, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5. We're almost at 45 seconds. The next one was the lower abdominal hold and pulse. And hold, 2, 3, 4, switch it up. Here we go. Leg lifts. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold and lengthen out. Hands on the hips to make sure that they don't move. 6, 7, and go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hold, bracing from the lower core to control the pelvis. 3, 2, 1, and pull. Sorry, drop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then hold and sustain. 3, 4, lengthen if you can. 7, and tap. 1, 2, almost done. 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. 2. That's your 45. Ready for the next one. Twisting triplets. Remember, this was about your shoulder blades. 45 seconds starts right now. Go 1, 2, and 3. Down. Elbow to knee. Open. Back. 1, 2, 3. And remember, go on the timing that feels right to you, but prioritize the shoulder blade press. And 1, 2. The next one was your Holo Rocker. We got a couple more seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and find yourself in that small ball. Here we go. Extend one leg, whichever one you want. Find it, and lift the arms and the shoulders. Here we go. And 45. Go. Pushing into the hand with that knee. And then remember, ease up if you need to. Shorten the lever. Okay? Making sure that you're breathing. This is definitely one that you kind of challenge yourself so much that you want to hold your breath. Don't do that. Breathe. Almost there. 45 seconds is a long time for this one. We're going to take a little bit of a break in between sides. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Whew. That's definitely one that will throw some tension into your body, so take a second to eliminate that before we go to the other side. All right, here we go. Into your small ball. Hold on to the opposite knee. Extend the opposite. And start going. 45 seconds. Lift the hips, lift the shoulders. Lift the hips, lift the shoulders. Keep on going. Ugh. I used to hate this one when my gymnastics coach would have us do this. She was nuts. She would have us do this for like 2 minutes. Something impossible. It was horrible. They're brutal. 20 seconds. But she was right, though. When you start doing flips in the air, pretty much how you feel right now with that That's exactly how you feel. Otherwise, you're a rag doll, and you don't want to be that. So it's about structure. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Thankfully, we're going to move on to a different muscle group. This was knee drive up, step out, up, step out, up, step in, up, step in. Go ahead and start if you have not started already. Knee drive up, up, in. And still going for that hip height. Can you still go for the press of the hips? And still kind of plugging in that idea of driving the knees down to lift the hips. You're almost there, almost there. Wrapping it up, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take a second into a small ball and just kind of rest here for a second. Make sure you're not holding any tension. Get yourself emotionally prepared for what is about to occur. All right, so here we go. Hold and pulse, 30 seconds. We're going to start. I'm a little early. Let me watch the clock so that I can actually count this sucker. 30 seconds per movement. Final time through. 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold for 8, 7, 6, or find a timing that works for you. It's only 30 seconds. And pulse 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold 2, 3. Ready to switch to the lower half. Remember, these are the leg taps. Find your tabletop and tap. 2, 3. Hands are on the hips to make sure they do not move. 6, 7. Hold and lengthen as much as you're willing to do. 4, 5, 6, 7, and tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold and lengthen. Oh boy, 3 more movements after this one. 6, 7, and tap. 2, 3. All right, there's your 30 seconds. Next one was your twist. 1, 2, 3, and down. Twist elbow to knee, open, elbow to knee, and down. Remember, this one, the cue was shoulder blades. Shoulder blades, shoulder blades, shoulder blades. Push, 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 and down. Push, 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 and down. The next one was your Holo Rocker. 30 seconds on either leg. I will not give you a break in between right and left side, which is a horrible thing to do. If you feel compression, stop and come back in. Here we go. One knee, hold and rock. Last time you got to do this. Remember, hold your head if you need to. 30 seconds right, immediately 30 seconds left. And remember, you can always shorten the lever. That's fine. Ready to switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Switch and start your rock. Still breathing, all the good stuff. This is the last front of the abdominals, and then we finish with the bridge knees, the knee up walking, just to get back into those glutes again. 10 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and here we go. Lift the hips and start your walk. Knee out, knee out, knee in, out, out, in, out, out, in, almost done. Out, and out, and in, and that's your 30 seconds. Go ahead and rest. All right, back to the very beginning. Reinvestigate the core, just like how we started class. Knee drops. Woo, that's a lot. And then if you want to, you can go into the knee swings, whatever feels good to you. We did a lot of work in the hips, the lumbopelvic hip complex. Take a second to release all of it. And then hold your twist. And then one more deep inhale. Exhale swings you to the other side. Oh, yeah. And continuing to breathe. You're almost done. We'll do a couple of back releasers, because that is always a good idea. Come on up. And let's go ahead and do diamond pose. Hands on the shin and just rock from side to side. Take a second to investigate how the core feels now that you're upright. And then if you can, try and find an even distribution of weight between your right butt cheek and your left butt cheek. So you're perfectly in the middle, and then take your hands on your shins and then pull the chest forward. So you're kind of rocking the pelvis forward. And then release. Think bad posture. Drop the head, drop the chin, shake the head no. And then one more time, come back to your hands on your shins. You can either do that same roll forward exactly like we did before, or you can come forward and stretch and drop your head over the toes. And then if you're in the upright position, come back to your bad posture. If you're in the low position, go ahead and stay there. Both of them, go ahead and shake the head no. Feel the weight of your head, all 13 or whatever pounds of your head. I think I heard that's the average, is 13 pounds. That's not just some random number I made up. And then from here, go ahead and reach across one shin bone so you're on the diagonal, still keeping both sides of the butt on the ground. And then go get the other side. There's one other muscle group we gotta stretch before we leave, because a lot of it was hip flexor heavy. We gotta get the hip flexors. This is my go-to hip flexor stretch because it's the most controllable and the most passive. So you're gonna go into this pinwheel position. From here, drive the thigh back and then reach against it. So I'm reaching back, long thigh. And then come out of it, go and flip the legs over to the other side. Drive the knee back, and then open against it. So you should feel that stretch right in that thigh bone, in that hip flexor on the back leg. I like this stretch just because you have the ultimate amount of control as to how deep you want to go. There are some hip flexor stretches where there's less control, and sometimes it's too much, too quick. This one, it's just perfect. Deep breath in, and then roll it back. And that is all that I have for you. Thank you for joining me for abs. Woohoo! Abs, well, abs and glutes. Yeah, we got those too. Hey, did you enjoy class? I hope so. So if you're interested in taking more classes with me, there's tons of ways to sign up. So to get yourself into class, all you gotta do is decide if you want to do a membership or if you want to do class by class. If you want to go class by class, you just buy a 5 class pass, 10 class pass, 20 class pass, however you want, or you can opt to be a member. There are 2 types of membership. You can either be a full access member where you get access to everything, all the classes on demand anytime, plus the full video library of constantly updated classes. I record every class I do every week, and you'll have access to take those classes anytime you want. We also have the video only membership, which gives you the option to have access to that full library without going to the full throttle membership. Now that's for people who might have more unpredictable schedules, or maybe the class times don't work for you. That option is available to you as well. Plus, with membership, you also get access to full discounts. You get access to a lot of giveaways, tons of options with memberships. And you can choose from a huge variety of class types, from flexibility training classes like flowing flexibility, foam roll, all the way to strength conditioning, bar classes, ballotone classes, or some of the high intensity interval training like HIIT, Tabata. All that stuff is available to you. And just by having an active pass of any kind, either a membership or a class pass, you have access to an updated library of classes the whole time, whenever you want.
And just by participating, you get to be a part of the rewards program, which is points that go directly towards dollars, which you can put towards free fitness gear, free classes, special events, membership payments, all kinds of stuff. So points equals dollars. You get points just simply by taking class, by being there, by showing up, by helping share on social media the things that you did with Ken Scott Fitness. Tons of ways to get points, tons of ways to spend them. Super, super fun, and it's super engaging as well. So I hope you like what you saw, and if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to me at ken@kenscottfitness.com. I'd love to hear from you, and hopefully I'll see you in class.